going to be hard for Minlay if he struggles at the beginning, the first few games. If he allows Alireza to take the lead, momentum will turn.
Feels like, the other thing maybe you could try is like bishop e3 and rook takes on g3. He's trying to get like rook h6 with a pin. There's just so many moves. Under 20 seconds, he's feeling the pressure of calculation.
And his hands aren't even on his mouse. His hands are on his head. He's got to move. Bishop to g4 played. The white queen has to give itself up. This feels winning for black, Aman, but you still have to be quick before white can get the rook into the play and build some kind of fortress.
Yeah, agree. And he actually was shaking his head despite playing the best engine move. So he just wanted more, but ultimately this should be a win if he can convert. Maybe bring that knight to c4. I love the idea of pushing the a-pawn.
The a-pawn's super strong. Another potential queen. The black queen's going to come in behind very shortly. Should be winning this position for black. Queen into b1 maybe, and then he pushes the pawn first. The pawn disappears. Okay, still some work to do though. If white can somehow get the knights off, maybe there might be a chance to save it.
Yeah, rook e7 is really aggressive, and yes, you're going to win that c-pawn, but just about everything else is going to drop in the position. Let's see.
Wow. Eval Bar says level. This is crazy. It looks so good for black. Extra queen, past b-pawn now, but the white g-pawn. Oof. Counterplay.
+1. It's so easy to flag. Oh, no.
No. Bishop takes queen. Was that a mouse slip?
I can't tell. That was in between a...
Yeah, this is a lot of suffering ahead for white. It's probably the worst bishop pair I've ever seen, Aman. Normally I'm a big bishop pair advocate, but here it's... Well, look at these bishops both just blocked and trapped.
It's true, yeah. The bishops are not compelling. f2 is being targeted. I mean, we're looking at moves like king h3. That's already a bad sign. Queen a1. Oof.
Yeah. Sooner or later, g4 is going to fall. It's going to come very strongly. Queen e1 sets up g4. Bishop will be struggling to stay alive.
Oh, f2. Now it's really over because that bishop on f3 is the worst one. He's actually just going to resign there, and I think that's a fair resignation. Black has...
how accurate does he need to be here? Knight takes h3. He's trying to simplify. He's hoping for a capture. 2 pieces for a rook because the e-pawn is so strong. But bishop a4, Aman, and...
Wow.
Oh, no. Ooh,
that's a brutal move.
Oof. Minlay, no time.
That's unpleasant.
Shakes his head.
Very strong move there. I would almost try e3 here. e3, e2.
Oh, he doesn't even try. He resigns. And Alireza takes a 3-point lead. Wow. And now, wow, he doesn't even trade off the queens. And the white rook would have saved itself by going to d8. Now he's threatening this pawn and the rook. It's a fork. That's beautiful, man. He's winning material.
Yeah, he had this one planned out probably when he played c3, which just shows you the level of calculation. And with 10 seconds and this position in front of you, it's really hard to keep this in check.
Yeah, maybe he planned that one when he retreated his knight back earlier to e5.
Yeah, exactly.
Not taking enough to instead.
Oh. That'll show us.
Yeah, there's also a pawn hanging on h3 if the white rook had taken the black knight. So he instead jumps forward, but he's a rook down. There must be a way for black to simplify here. He gets the queens off the board.
Yeah,
it's going to be a knight up at the end. Game over.
You can just pile up on the, knight e2 will win the f-pawn, and yeah, he's going to let that one go. Of course, 5-1.
Future as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all Alireza, and at this point, you got 6 seconds. It's tough to have the right reaction ready for every single move. I still am interested in this b6 idea, but not when the king's on d6.
Yeah, not yet, but the idea is b6 followed by the rook coming across and winning those pawns. That looked very strong. He can play on both flanks here. He can really stretch the back defenses.
G5, time for your idea. I like this one.
Yeah. Ooh, apparently he was winning there. I wonder whether a rook trade would have been enough for white there with the passed e-pawn. The bar temporarily said +5 for white, so maybe the rook trade was winning, but he doesn't want to gamble when he doesn't have time to calculate.
Right.
Oh, now the black rook gets in though.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness, time.
Oh.
Time is all.
Ooh.
Yeah, queen d4, queen c3 is a little bit more aggressive. I understand that one.
Mhm. And it looks great for black, but the black king is a bit open. At least he's up on time. That's the first time in the match, Aman, that he's got more time on the clock, Min Lei, and the bar drops suddenly. Is
Oh,
it
there's queen
d2?
d3. What?
Oh no, he's blundered a pawn. Oh, he
What?
didn't protect g6.
He just didn't even understand that g6 was hanging there.
Oh my gosh. No.
I thought queen d3 to cover g6, and then you can kind of hide your king on h7. That is tragic. And just another playing e5. I might just lock that move in as a pre-move at this point.
Then I'll play queen takes g4 or rook c6 or something, and then
Yeah, it's the mind games. I have to predict that you're not a queen takes g4 guy here. I'll take my chances.
Wow, e5, and he's burning all his time trying to brace for impact here. Min Lei.
Okay, we've been talking about there's the e5 move. Oh man, we've been talking about how it's just you want to avoid the tilt, and I think this is one of those things that would actually just make me tilt because you know that Alireza blundered it. Rook takes d5, and yet here you are just getting smashed a couple moves later.
Wow, chess is so brutal. No time on the clock either. He's down to his last 10 seconds, and yeah, the knight just drops back. That bishop is pinned. It's dropping off the board. No compensation. And oh, it popped up there. Alireza Firouzja did win by resignation. Exactly. Always scarier when playing. Queen and knight team up quite well, but oh, bishop to f2. He's dropped a pawn here. There's going to be a rook trade and queen to d5 check at the end.
Yeah,
He reacts again, Min Lei. It's those one move blunders. Totally fine position if he just moved his queen out of the way preemptively. Now a pawn down and potential past a pawn as well later on.
yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst pawn to lose because you're down a pawn on the king side, and it actually feels like you're down a pawn on the queen side because of a4, b4, and a5. There's pass pawns that can be created on both sides of the board. It's a really, really tough position now.
Yeah, and great strategy as well from Firouzja. He's put his bishop, his bishop is on dark squares. He's put all his pawns on light squares. Now he's going for the pass pawn. And knights are especially bad at stopping these flank pawns. As we saw in an earlier game, bishop and a pawn versus knight. It's happened again.
That's right.
Closing this out now.
And I think you can just use this a pawn, even if the pawns were equal on the king side. The issue is that outside pass pawn, which remains in the position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, knight takes pawn only allows a queen trade after queen takes c7. So Alireza is just going to be super professional. Put his king on h2, is he? Oh no! Here he walks into a double attack. Min Lei, it's game over. That's so tricky from Alireza. Check, and the knight will drop off. This is beginning of the end.
He's got a checkmate there that he can go for, and that will increase that score even further.
Knight's coming to c5. He has lost a pawn though, Min Lei, that g5 pawn. Trying to build a strong piece at least on c5.
Yeah, I feel like it's not that bad though. Unfortunately, the threats on the king side are very hard to generate without the knight participating. If the black knight could be part of things, then I would understand things a bit more. But look at the way everything is watched over. The pawn on b5, the pawn on f3. Alireza is taking control, but I mentioned activating that knight. Now he's allowed it. This is a big deal.
Yeah, I was going to say the dream square is d4, but it wasn't possible to get there. Now he's back in the game. It's level material again. He's trying to undermine that d4 knight now, Alireza, but game on. Suddenly, it's that past b pawn looks very, very strong.
Yeah, you can kind of go all in, like rook b8 on this b pawn here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any attack against the black king will require the white king to kind of be vulnerable in the process. So, okay, he's offering a queen trade. I don't think he should take that queen off.
Yeah, agree. You don't want to be blockading this pawn with your queen. That's not ideal.
Mhm. Queens are the most reluctant blockaders out there. The black rook is getting in though. Rook a3. Oh, some kind of attack. He's trying to push the pawn instead. I would have liked
wonder
rook
if
a3,
you-
queen e3.
I wonder if you can take that pawn or play queen c6 or
Oh.
something. He's going to go
Oh.
for it, but
Oh,
d2.
wow. This is it. This is it. Surely now. Queen
Will he
h6,
go
get the
queen
queens off.
h6? I wonder if this is actually the right way to convert this.
Oh, that's a lot of pawns.
It's a lot of pawns, but I like rook a4. Very, very smart to claim something for yourself.
This
And
is it.
surely we've made it. We knew it was going to happen at some point.
Yeah. And here we go. There will we see any celebrations from Min Lei?
Match was actually just out of reach mathematically that Min started to make that comeback and bullet.
Turn your weak openings into winning weapons. Practice, analyze, and dominate with Lotus Chess. You can try it for free. With Lotus Chess, the top 50 positions of every opening are always unlocked. Train smart, play better.
There's a reason he was in the final last year in the Speed Chess Championship, only losing out to Magnus Carlsen. He will be in action later, but Alireza, he's the first quarter finalist.